The artwork's really nice.
The artwork's really nice.
It's such a classic.
This kid is just so proud of all his figures on his bandolier.
He gets to hang out with Chewie.
Yeah, yeah.
You know why the Sarlacc pet didn't like eating Wookiees?
Why is that?
They're a little chewy.
That's a steal for $50.
That is a steal for $50.
Pretty good.
Okay, why don't you lend me $50 and I'll give it right back to you when we get home and I'll take it. Because I don't have cash on me.
There's a
No, I'd rather him give me the $50.
And I'm like,
Labmonkey, it's mine. It's mine. Here.
Are you going to put them on your YouTube channel?
That's what this is happening right now.
That's what I thought. I watched you on YouTube before.
Oh, thank you.
I recognize you.
Labmonkey's right over there, ignoring me.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Labmonkey, look what I'm buying right now, and you're completely unaware. And it's how much?
$20.
$20.
knock the set over. Oh, you're knocking the set over again.
Knocking the set over. There's already a toy on the thing. Episode 1, 5,
Yes.
15.
15.
Do you
Yeah.
know how to say 15 in Japanese?
No.
15.
We're off to a great start.
I actually do know how to say 15 in Japanese.
I know. I thought you were going to say that.
No. I'm going to leave them hanging. I'm going to get better at my Japanese counting, and then one day I'll just amaze everybody with, like, Voltron this. And they'll be like, ooh, he just said that's Voltron. Which is not what I said. I said it's Voltron.
Okay. So
Who are you?
I am M-STe0n.
And I'm Labmonkey number 5, and this is Toy Surprise. Toy Switcheroo. We should do an episode where I'm
Freaky Fridays.
Yeah, Freaky Fridays. I talk about low molds, don't know what I'm talking about. You talk about Star Wars, vice versa.
Yeah.
You know a lot about Star Wars, though. I don't know anything about blow molds.
So in episode 13, you were at a show, I don't even know where, without me. And
I was at an oddities market.
No, were you?
Yeah, I was at an
Oddities, but there was
market.
toy vendors there.
Some.
Long Lost Plastic was there.
Yeah.
And then there was this guy called the Toy Troll.
There we go.
And he gave you a toy and said to give it to me.
So weak.
And you completely got the wrong person.
Well, here's the thing, guys. And you know, contrary to how I look on TV and on this channel, I'm not as smart as I actually look. I just get by on
You're
my
smarter.
looks. I don't know about that.
You're a
man.
mind reader.
Oh boy, sometimes I'm just not in the right space, and I forget names, and then we tried to do our research.
So this is the guy. So you had said you made the guess that it was a Aliens bootleg, and it 100% is. I went and found out. I got some card art, so we'll put that up of the actual toy. The blue one is from a thing called Star Adventure, and then there's a red one, and I think he's called Star Cops.
Calling the Star Cops on you.
Yeah.
David
so
Bowie shows up at your house. You're under arrest.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll put up the card art for this. Cool card
It's a
art.
really cool toy.
Very cool, yeah. I love the weird little head. And thank you, Toy Troll, not the other person, for this gift. Very nice of you. Thank you.
Everyone, check out. Person has to compete with Toy Troll.
check out their page. Cool page. Obviously, they're a nice person that gave us a toy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice guy.
There we go.
So
correcting our errors.
Well, that seems to be my life. From day one, I've been in error. That's what my mother said. The big mistake.
Oh dear.
So that was my father. Anyway, I got mail. Says,
these are wrestlers that were never made, and they're fitting into a line that already exists.
That's right. And if this is what I think it is, it took over a year for them to deliver it.
Oh, damn. So was this like a pre-order?
Pre-order. They had issues with the figure being made, and then they were going to give you your money back. One, I think. And then they were going to give you your money back, and then they didn't, and then they asked if I still wanted it, and I said, yeah, of course I still want it. And in here is Want and Abandon. Oh, very cool. Okay, so you know what? This is really cool. So this is Maurice Tillet, the French Angel. He's a 40s wrestler.
This is the Shrek.
This is the guy who Shrek is based on.
Yeah. I know this guy.
That man.
I know a wrestler.
You know a wrestler.
Maurice.
So Maurice
the French Angel
had, I can never say it right.
He has a certain...
acromegaly, which is the same disease that Andre the Giant had.
Yeah.
And it's a overstimulated pituitary gland. So in Andre's case, he just kept growing and growing and growing.
In a proportionate size.
Technically a proportionate size. But with this guy, just his hands, feet, and head grew.
Right.
So he was actually quite short. I'd say he was probably only 5'10".
And you saw a statue of him, right?
I saw
Chicago,
a bust of him
Philadelphia.
at the Philadelphia Medical Museum, where they did study on him. And he had a giant cranium. This
big
figure
ears too,
is the only figure of him.
Really?
Yeah, the only figure of him. And it says right on it, the French Angel.
I love his the way they did his hair.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was probably a very hairy guy, but it's interesting because they do it in patches. I guess that's to make it easier for the toy.
Maurice Tillet, but that's not what this episode's about.
No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. What else did you get? That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Looks like it. I got a big thing of if you really kind of want to sit here, just gonna pop bubbles.
Yeah, no, let's get on to the next thing.
So we went to the
what was it called? Star Wars show, and it was called May the North Be With You.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna crack my neck. Ready?
Oh, I felt good. May the North Be With You. Small show, Burlington. But I found some stuff.
I found great stuff.
I didn't buy any Star Wars stuff, but
if you're watching.
No, we didn't. No, we totally.
The door was open.
We totally paid. I paid for all three of us.
Yeah, sure. Well, mind you, we got there 45 minutes before it closed, so I don't think they even had a table for taking your money.
we just kind of slipped in there.
Yeah, but that's we paid. Their store here in Toronto is amazing. We still have to go do an episode for them.
Yes.
But we showed up. First thing I did was find a Star Wars vendor who has something I didn't.
Wasn't that hard to do?
No, it was all Star Wars vendors,
except for wonderful Carlos, the old guy with all the cool stuff all the time. He's always got a weird mishmash of stuff, and he's like, no one told me it was a Star Wars show. And I'm like, me neither. Bummer. And so then almost everything I bought from Carlos because because he has all the cool stuff.
Believe it or not, 30 years, man.
Huh?
Yeah, he used to have a shop here in Toronto on Vaughan Road.
Yeah, that's right. You told me about that, but I didn't know him back then.
Yeah, I used to go in there, and he admitted that he used to watch me like a hawk. He'd be like, "Who's this guy with the big mohawk?
That's back in the Mohawk days.
He's gonna steal all my stock and use it for drug money."
You don't know about those Mohicans. Yeah.
No, I had a butte. Here, I'll put a picture up.
Yeah.
You had a butte.
Yeah, I did.
You know what? Yours was better than mine. I'll admit it. At times.
I don't know. We both had pretty good haircuts.
Well, you still have a mohawk.
Yes. So what was your?
Anyway.
You want to go first?
No. I think you probably have more things.
I don't know. Okay, let's do this one first. This one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, 2021. I don't normally buy new toys. This was on a card. I cut off the bubble. I keep the cards in, but I wanted to have her out. It's interesting. She does not stand.
A new figure, brand
new toy that doesn't stand. Her ankles don't bend enough for her to be able to stand properly.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird. But anyways, whatever. Tigra, I really liked her as a teenager. I thought she was really cool. They had like 2 different heads. There was like a pretty model head, and then the sort of like
the attack,
Tigra, the real Tigra. The other one just looks silly.
Is she Marvel?
She's Marvel.
Yeah.
And she also had punching fists, which is ridiculous. Every single drawing, she's got her claws out. She's a cat. She's like a half tiger, half woman. Yeah. So when I did some research on her, something really peculiar happened. I was like, okay, what's her first appearance? Like which comic book she was in?
I guess?
2 of them.
2?
She has 2 first appearances.
Can I guess one's a Marvel 2-in-1 or something like that?
She got into all that later. Like when she
Avengers?
Yes, she got into Avengers, West Coast Avengers.
Okay.
And then eventually I think maybe into Avengers. And she started dating like Moon Knight at one time.
Oh gee.
And she had a baby. I don't know.
I thought they were your neighbors upstairs. Like
no, sorry, not
those guys are upstairs. They're kind of weird. One woman's genetically altered tiger. The other guy's
she had a baby with someone else, not with me.
A knockoff of Batman with the powers of Pharaoh.
So, oh shit, her tail just fell out.
Oh gee.
Great new toys. This is perfect.
Quality control.
She does not stand. It's just driving me crazy.
Let's
see if we would make her sit.
There's Tigra.
She can't really sit either. So, her first appearance, she's actually this comic called The Cat.
Oh, I know.
Do you remember The Cat? Yeah. So The Cat was in 1972, and we've shown this before on the show, but this is basically The Cat.
That's right.
And so this is actually Greer Nelson, which is her citizen name. So this is Greer Nelson, but as The Cat back in 72.
Oh, it's the same person.
Same person. She got these cat-like abilities from her, from this scientist that was connected to these cat people, and there's like there's a ritual going on, and yeah, I think there's a serum. I don't know. There was a long story about it, but anyways, there's a whole mix of like cat people, a woman scientist, and a serum and a magical ritual, and she gets cat-like abilities. Her husband dies as a policeman, dies in her arms, so she decides to become a vigilante. Okay, so then the comic gets canned after a year. And so then Werewolf by Night, she debuts in Werewolf by Night alongside, and she's called Tigra the Werewoman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and so somehow there was a transformation from this character, and she leaves her costume. She just leaves her costume somewhere, and she becomes Tigra. I think more stuff is going on.
Some dude walking through Hell's Kitchen just finds this bag.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Am I wrong? Am I right? Did this
happen? I'm leaving this as a little nugget for a second. Okay, so back to Tigra. I think there's another ritual with she's connected to a cat person, one of the cat people, and the soul is inside of this cat skull. Right here, and she presses it and she can go back to being human, and then when she presses it goes back to Tigra, but then she doesn't do but then she doesn't really do that anymore. I think it was just like an idea. It's kind of that they just abandoned.
Maybe the battery ran out.
Maybe, but so like I think they did the same thing. I think same doctor. I think it's more magic and rituals, and then she turned into Tigra.
Very cool.
So then, so she goes on into 2-in-1, Spider-Man, a bunch of things. She ends up in the West Coast Avengers, and somewhere along the line, Patsy Walker. She's from the 40s, from teen romance comics.
That's right.
They pull her name from the past, from the 40s, bring her into the 70s, and they're like, she finds the cat
So
costume.
she's still young, or is she like a 55-year-old woman who's like
she's
still stuck in the 40s?
She hasn't aged. She's gone from a teenager to like a young. She's a young
still
woman
has
now.
the hots for Frank Sinatra when he was a kid.
Yeah. She's got the Captain America syndrome. Where they're from the past. Anyway, so she finds the costume and turns into Hellcat, and she has red hair instead of having black hair like the cat, who is actually Greer Nielsen, who was actually Tiger. I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
That's crazy. I don't understand why they did all that.
Madness.
They basically wanted to have a woman in each. I think they wanted to have a woman hero in each one. The ones in the West Coast Avengers, the ones in the Avengers, and then I think eventually they meet in the comics.
Do they get along, or do they have a cat fight?
Anyways, that's all that Tiger stuff.
I love it.
But I went down a long Tiger hole, and
that's okay.
Yeah,
a Tiger hole's a good thing once in a while.
Those redheads, you got to watch out for those redheads.
You just got to throw a few treats out on the ground and sit back and watch what happens.
Next toy.
So I got a pretty damn cool toy. So when I walked in, there was a booth. They had this. He wanted $100. I thought, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to pay close to that for this.
And it was getting near the end, so we were starting to get some deals.
Right near the end, I picked it up again. I think he said $50. And then I put it down.
And then you came over to me.
And then he came running over to me.
You tried to get me to buy it.
Yeah.
And then you ended up borrowing $25 from me.
Did I pay you back?
No. So this is actually
half
my
yours.
Toy. So we're co-parenting this toy.
Oh, who do you like better? I like you better, Daddy.
So,
did you take him to the park the other day?
Weekdays or
bring
weekends?
Him to the park the other day, like you said.
I poured water all over his mechanisms by accident. I left him in a puddle.
See, I took him to play with all the other toys at Value Village, and that's why he likes me more.
Well, in September we got to get him some, some notebooks, some markers.
We're gonna have to send
maybe a new calculator.
This is an amazing toy. I actually remember seeing one of these in the '80s at a dollar store in Scarborough.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. And it was
show off the box art, because this is incredible.
It's essentially a stormtrooper.
I'm gonna say it. I think I like the box art more than the toy. I know you like the toy, but the box art is amazing.
Super astronaut.
And
then if you open him up,
it's got like rainbow letters going across astronaut.
He's essentially a 50s style robot. So you have that sort of Craig Stan style robot look. That kind of walks and does its thing with the flip open chest.
That's very common too.
And the gun that pops down
and lights up,
and then he has, of course, a stormtrooper's head.
Yeah, which is
very weird.
Yeah, there are some that have that, but not a lot.
So he doesn't want to really do any more than just make a sound.
That's awful. That's fucking awful.
Imagine this on Christmas morning in 1979. Yeah. I love him, and I love that he has this sort of flip open chest that really doesn't work, but you can kind of pull out a gun. And now, would you use this with Star Wars? Maybe you could find a use for him. Maybe he's like giant AT-AT type. I don't care. Oh, don't do that here. Put him here. Put him back over here.
So how are we gonna? It's kind of right like this way, right down in the middle.
Called child abuse. You can't do
or
that.
Maybe this way, kind of right.
Or I just pay you the money.
We each get one battery. batteries.
The last time I go out drinking with you, look what happens. We have a child now.
Well, you can give me the $25 and that's all yours.
There we go. So yeah, I got him. I'm very happy with him.
Yeah, he's very cool.
He came running up to me. What did we pay? $40?
I think it ended up being 50.
It was still 50.
I think it was.
It was half price.
Half price. It's not bad.
We bet.
Yeah. All right. And I got this model. We were leaving.
I love this model.
And Carlos was packing up, and I'm like, "What is that?" So this is James Bond model kit, and it's an original Aurora, so it's from 1966, I think it is. There's
Earlier.
You can see there's a space here. There's a big tree missing, and there's a sign that says, a lot of these models back then, there would be signs to tell you like what the character, which are really dumb, because if you're a fan of any of these characters, why do you need a sign to tell you what it is? But anyways, there's a sign saying James Bond, blah blah blah. But yeah, he's really cool. Face is terrifying, but
he looks like
it's Sean Connery, I think it's supposed to be.
It is Sean Connery, but he kind of looks like the guy from Uncle.
Yeah,
right?
He does. Yeah,
but very cool model kit. I would have liked that as a kid.
He's doing the same. She's doing the same pose. Yeah.
She's mimicking him. What's going on behind my back? Is it the mimicking cat lady again?
You've been eating cat food.
All I ever do is get mimicked by her. You're nothing more than a feline pest.
Next.
No, you show me another one because you probably have 80.
What else did I get? Oh, I got this Stridor's helmet.
Oh, okay. So that's cool.
Yeah, I've never had a helmet for Stridor.
I don't think I have that.
Oh, look at that! Perfect.
James Bond has a helmet.
Yeah, there's the pretty face of Tigra.
Oh, Tiger's head.
It's kind of silly. I don't know. I'll keep it, but I'm not really going to use it for it. What else do I have? Oh, I've got these. I got these from Carlos. These are really cool.
Oh, I love those.
These are Corgi 1980, olive oil, and Popeye, of course. Part plastic, part metal, which is pretty neat.
And now this would have lined up perfectly with the movie with Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall.
Oh, okay.
Because that came out in 80.
Right, okay. And Popeye's got a sticker of spinach on the front, and olive oil has a picture of her beloved Popeye and Sweet Pea.
So my birth last name is Doyle, and my aunt, my mother's sister, her name is Olive. I have an aunt, Olive Doyle.
That's
Isn't cool. It's not Doyle anymore, but it was, and I can guarantee you my grandpa was having a few pints, and they had the baby, and they were naming her Olive. That's it. Olive Doyle.
I dated a girl that looked like olive oil.
Looked like olive oil, or looked like Shelley Duvall?
A little bit of both.
Kind of a little bit of both.
Tall, skinny, wear long dresses and big army boots.
Oh, that's amazing.
She'd clump around.
So she was.
Her name was Crystal.
Crystal Oil. Olive's sister.
She was Egyptian.
Oh yeah. I can see how she might have looked. Yeah. Give me one more.
No, I'm gonna run out of toys. Go.
So I got this little Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't see you buy this
vehicle, and what these are.
These are the made-up vehicles, right?
Made-up
vehicles. They made up smaller vehicles. Yeah, I know a little bit about these.
And they're made to just accessorize and
have figures go in them
to your collection.
Yeah.
So you can have vehicles for characters that maybe wouldn't have them, or just for fun. And these little mini rigs were probably only about $3 or $4 when they came out.
Yeah, it would be a good way to have like a. Oh, this part goes up too, right?
And that flips up. I put a modern retro Obi-Wan in there to show you how cool it looks. You can take a dull figure and you can make it into something.
Does this part come up as well? Or?
It does, but it looks like it's broken. Like one of the pieces.
It should have clipped in or something.
It clips in. So I'm going to use the most inventive means to fix it, which is
white glue.
White glue. Yeah.
Your favorite.
I'm thinking I might get a bottle of white glue tattooed just to upset you.
No, I would think that would be hilarious.
A white glue bottle.
Yeah.
On my arm.
Yeah.
Elmer's glue. Yeah. Or should it be shitty school time glue?
Yeah, Elmer's would be cool. Okay. Yeah. And is there an obscure name for this thing?
I have not looked it up. I think it's like some number, like XL56
they put some numbers and dashes.
But I had a really nice one that they often will portray Bosk as the pilot, and it has.
Is that the Walker?
The Walker.
Yeah, I have that one.
I love that one.
I've cut that one up so many times. I've used the arms. I make an IG-88 action figure, and I use the Walker parts as the arms.
Sure.
Yeah. There's great parts on that one.
Oh, it's a great toy. I had that one, and I had a little plastic. It wasn't even a vehicle. It was like a charging station where you basically fuel up the Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
Useless.
Huh.
But it was like a energy sort of station.
Cool. Okay. I don't think I know that one.
Well, I mean, I never really played with it. I used to just kind of
Energy station. Fuel it up.
Gonna play cars, gasoline. You know, you play with those toy cars.
You could huff the station.
I hate toy cars, as you very well know.
Oh,
but I would be a fan of playing with this, rolling in, and you know.
Yep. I should mention my shirt. I got this from B to the J, Brian.
Oh yeah.
Brian from Toys Alive. I'm pretty sure every one of our fans is watching that YouTube show. Yep. They cover all the indie toys.
Yes.
The whole indie toy scene. And I made a dump mold. Sorry, not dump mold. I did a overpour cast of a Mozart bust. I have this mold, and like whenever I have extra resin, I just throw it in.
Sure.
And then eventually you end up with a Mozart, and he's like all these crazy colors. Sure. Yeah. And Brian reached out and said, oh, "I want that." I was like, "Okay, I'll send it to you." And he's like, "I'll send you a shirt." Yeah. So these are in their store. I'm sure you guys know all about it. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. All right. Your turn.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the shirt was my turn. No. I've got two more things. Okay. This is. Oh no, I do have another thing. Yeah. All right. Okay, I do. I've got three things left. All right. I got these off of Carlos.
Oh, I've got those too.
Yeah, there's a little sprout and the little Florida orange.
And then my favorite
bird, or Florida orange bird.
It's the little big boy.
Yeah.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, cool. Carlos brought more because we were fighting over them last time.
Did I get those the other time?
I think you grabbed them all, and then I grabbed
I don't have big boy, do I?
You do. Yeah, I think you do.
Surely you just.
No. Right. Okay. And this next one is our second gift that Toy Surprise has been given by Pimp My Playset. Yeah. Bruce, we saw him at the show. He had all his...
He's got great stuff for creating environments. And
yeah. So you have your action figures and you can put them on. He's made all these sort of bases and tree trunks and craters and all kinds of stuff.
You mean bases, not like in the sense of like the G.I. Joe headquarters. You mean physical
like
places, environments.
Environments, like this, sort of like
so
this.
Cool.
Yeah. So he, back in the 90s, he went to Dragon City and the Gashapon machines, and they were filled with bootleg Star Wars characters. Yeah, so here's some parts for Leah.
What? Leah. Oh my God, guys!
Look, she's got her little disguise.
Boosh. It's Boosh.
It's the Boosh
Leia,
disguise. Yeah.
And it's all wonky and weird.
She's got her.
Oh my goodness! Now, when would these be from? This can't be 80s.
90s. According to Pimp My Playset.
Guys, this is really cool. I love this.
She's got this thing. Maybe if with some white glue, you can kind of glue this back on.
What did you just say?
White glue.
White glue.
Yeah.
That's right, white glue.
I know you like white glue.
Yeah, you know what this one's doing?
I have no idea.
Here, I'll show you. Look, check it out.
So he gave us 3 in total.
She's fueling the toy.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, that'll be 9 credits.
So here are the other 2.
Oh, these are great. These are Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's. They look really weird.
And red.
Yes, really weird colors. The sculpts are strange.
And these mustn't have cost anything when they came out. And you know what? They probably
$2 or something
apart, right?
No, don't do that. I spent time trying to put them all together. They were apart. They were all up in pieces to get into the bubble. But there's a screw in the back, and you have to unscrew it to get it all. Know that. Yeah, so I assembled them because it would have taken too long to put them together in front of the show.
And who else did you get from that line? Just those 3?
These 3, yeah. So these are ours.
They're cool. They're awesome. I love them.
Yeah. And you were just saying, I wish I had some Star Wars bootlegs.
There There you have them.
Here we are. We got some bootlegs.
What else you got?
How many more toys do you have left?
One.
Just one? Okay. I've got... What do I have? Oh, I just have one left. I'm going to match your eyes with my new glasses. You look like a chameleon. Can you roll your tongue out like a chameleon? Yeah. All right. So this is my last toy.
Oh, that's so cool.
And this is from that new line that my
Batman 66.
Yeah, 67 or 66? Yeah.
66.
McFarlane Toys, 2023. This is Radioactive Batman. And there's no explanation on the back of the card. But I looked it up, and it's from an episode in the 60s where the Mad Hatter sprays him with a radioactive spray, and his cowl goes pink for for some sort of reason,
weird.
because it's radioactive.
What about his face? Did it not bubble up?
I know. Why is his face? It doesn't make any sense. But it was the 60s, and making him have a pink cowl, I guess, was just a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's very cool.
I'm going to slowly collect this line when they're cheap.
You'll find them.
Yeah. The guy that had it was right near the end. The guy gave it to me for like half the price.
What was he?
20? I think he was 20. I think got him for $10.
That's good.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the last. Oh, I told you a lie. I have 2 toys left.
Oh.
So at the same booth, well, I'll make this one quick. Ghostbusters Monsters, Frankenstein. Can't beat that.
Very good.
You know, I'm going to start getting these. At first, I was kind of like, nah, they're too kind of cartoony.
Yeah, get them.
They're kind of weird.
I got them too. Yeah.
They're fantastic. And they're not hard to get, and they're pretty well priced. And you can find them at Value Village sometimes.
Sometimes.
But this was the shock of the day. Unfortunately, he doesn't work, but it's a Voltron 2, and he moves. He has this, a little bit of articulation in his arms.
Is this a steering wheel?
Yeah, well, that's part of one of the vehicles, right? And then that vehicle comes off.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing that you do with this toy. I looked it up, and if you put batteries in them, you can program them. And then when you press go, he goes the way you want him to, so he can go around obstacles and fight and that sort of thing. Which, of course, we know that if we were to try, it wouldn't work. It would have just knocked over everything on the shelf.
He's pretty cool. I like the colors.
He's so cool. I almost like him more than the one that you would assemble. There's just something very raw about this toy.
Yeah, it's clunky.
Yeah. And you could have a lot of fun with it. You would have no worry about damaging it because it's kind of just damage proof. I mean, you might break these little wheels.
Tune in.
But how badass is that? And I remember, I think I may have mentioned this on another episode, but and speaking of gachapons, there was a gachapon machine or a gumball machine in Yorkdale Mall, and you get components of a Voltron and put them all together, and then this guy would be the end result.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So there you have it. Robots, black cats, sheer madness here on Toy Surprise. Be sure to follow if you haven't followed already. Leave a comment. We don't get any comments. I think it's time we start getting some comments. Maybe. I want to know what they think of your glasses. I know they love mine. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe, that bell for... I'm just going off of memory here. Notifications. And we'll see you. Actually, I have a piece of toy knowledge for you. Or a little, I like to call them...
Enlightenment.
Toy enlightenment. All right. If toys are for kids, if anyone ever says, if toys are for kids, why do you play with toys? Why do you collect toys? They're for kids. Grown up.
It's true. A lot of grown-ups.
And you're one of those grown-ups.
Yep, that's right.
You're a grown-up toy man.
Sure.
I'm Mysterio.
I'm Monkey number 9.
See you soon.
As we fizzle out.
Perfect.
No!
Not so perfect.